Guys, I'm back today with another video. This is my eyebrow tutorial. It's not drugstore as my last one was, which was was it 3 years ago? I think it was 3 years ago. But yeah, I use similar products. Well, one product, sorry. But I feel like it's the same technique, just the products have changed. But other than that, I mean, it's the same technique. I already have some type of eyebrow, so I don't really have to do a lot with it as such as filling them in. And so yeah, the technique is fairly easy. I don't really have a difficult way into filling my brows. I just kind of fill them in wherever I feel like they needed to be filled in. I clean them up with concealer. I don't use expensive products. The only thing that's kind of a little bit high-end is the Anastasia clear brow gel and the powder. But you could find tons of powder. I used to use eyeshadow before I got the Anastasia brow duo, and then any clear mascara should work for setting your brows. So yeah, if you want to know how to get these eyebrows, or just kind of know what I use for my eyebrows, or see how I clean my eyebrows, just keep on watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. So first thing what we're going to do is we are going to comb out the brows. I already did that off camera, but I'm going to do it again just to kind of show you guys. I'm trying to put my mirror right here and it doesn't stay, so we're just gonna have to work with what we got. So I do get my eyebrows threaded, if any of you guys are wondering. I try to go every 2 weeks and then kind of just take it from there, depending on if my eyebrows really need it. Sometimes I go over the 2 weeks, just kind of let them grow out. Right now she did over thread them, so they are a bit thin for my liking, but that's where this guy comes in. I normally have thick brows, but like I said, she over threaded them, so I have thin brows. I go back and forth between the e.l.f. cream liner and the shade Coffee, which looks like this. I started using this since I first started filling in my brows. It's like a pomade. I tried the Anastasia one, as you guys can see on my last eyebrow. No, I'm sorry. My last eyebrow tutorial, I used this, so you guys can really obviously tell that I really like it. It just kind of looks like this, and it's the shade Coffee. Or I'll go back and forth between the Benefit Brow and the shade 5. This is good. I feel like it's too dark, and I don't know if it's just me, but it's really hard to work with. I don't know if it's maybe the brush, but today we're going to just use the e.l.f. one, because I feel like I'm just comfortable with it already. So this is a Morphe R44. It has a spoolie on the one end, and then obviously the angled on the other. So I'm going to just pick up some products. Like I said, I already had brushed out my hairs, and then I like to start kind of from the bottom and kind of map out the line. It just kind of depends. I don't really have a routine for it on how I just kind of fill it in different ways. So yeah, like I said, we're gonna just fill in the bottom portion, and then we're gonna stop like right here. So like that. I kind of tend to pick up a little bit more product as I get into the end of my brow, because that's where I like it to be the most darkest. So from that, I'm going to start on the top and work on my arch and kind of just bring it down like that. And like I mentioned how she thinned them out a bit, I did kind of overdraw them on the top of the brow. And I'm just kind of filling in just the tail of it. As you can see, I put too much there, so I'm going to go and blend that out. You want to blend as you go while doing your eyebrows, because you don't want to do the whole thing and then look yourself in the mirror and you have a Sharpie brow. So I kind of just like to you know, brush as I go. This is my favorite brow. This one is a little bit harder because, you know, I have less hair here, and you know, it's a pain sometimes. Like, I know my eyebrows are not freaking the same, but eyebrows are sisters, not twins, so I kind of always tell myself that. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna like start filling in my sparse areas, and then once I get to the front, I'm just gonna feather out. I have a little bit too much product, so I'm gonna take some off. So I'm just going to fill in the sparse areas. I don't mean to be precise with this because I'm gonna go in with concealer and the powder to set the gel. When I get to the front of the brow, what I'm gonna do is just kind of
if I told you this was only gonna hurt, if I warned you.
Powder, I do use the Anastasia, had it in my lap, sorry. The Anastasia Brow Powder Duo in the shade Chocolate. This has two shades, kind of the lighter one and then obviously the dark one. As you guys can see, I tend to go more for the lighter one just because I really don't want to fill it in, just kind of go over what the liner didn't kind of grab onto. I like to use this brush because it kind of gives me a better look at what I'm doing since I'm so close to the mirror. But what I'm just doing with this is I'm just going to take it from the lighter one and just kind of go over the brow. Kind of like I'm setting the brow but also filling in the spots that the liner did not take. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go in with a concealer. I use the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 25. I've been using this for a really long time. So what I'm just going to do is grab it on a flat concealer, the same brush that you guys saw in my last tutorial. I'm sorry, my eyeshadow tutorial. I cannot talk today. So I just take a little bit on the brush and I'll just kind of clean up the brow just a tiny bit. Being careful because I do my eyebrows before I do my face makeup, but for this sake, I took my eyebrows off. So I'm going to be a little bit careful not to get it on my eyeshadow and all that. So like very, very, very thin, as you guys can see. So I'm just gonna go and set my brow. I have the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. Just a clear one, the name rubbed off, so I had it for so long. So I'm just gonna go and set it. Sorry, my hair's like bugging me in this video. Why do you think I had it up in the bottom left video? So I'm just gonna go and set it. Yeah, it's really self-explanatory.
What if we lost our minds? What if we let them fall behind?
So that's what my eyebrows look like. Don't forget to subscribe, like,